0 to 60. We're rolling. I'm your host, Matt McChesney. We're down here at the Lab 60 Football Academy. And boy, we got a good one for you today. And we got to talk loud, and we are loud, so that's a good thing. On the other side of the table is a good friend of mine, and you know from Wolfe Untamed, a 10-year NFL vet, a Super Bowl 50 champion, just an overall bad motherfucker. If it can be hunted, he's hunted it and killed it and skinned it, and it's on his walls. That is Derek Wolfe. He's on the show today, 0 to 60 on the Bleak Network. I am your host, Matt McChesney. Derek, what's up, brother? How the fuck are you?
I'm good, brother.
It's really good to have you on the show today. As always, it's brought to you by our good friends at Bet Online. They do a good job of supporting the show. Make sure you go on Bet Online for all your wagering stuff. March Madness is about to start. The Nuggets are in the playoffs and killing it. You can still make money on Nicole winning an MVP, which he's the best player in the NBA, hands motherfucker.
He's the best player in the world.
In the world, hands down. And you know, Bet Online's done a great job of supporting the show, and we are thankful for them. Use the promo code BLEAV, and you'll get a 50% retention bonus on anything you put in. You'll get back out 50%. And they got your back on all your wagering news and everything else you're doing. So we're rolling here on 0 to 60. The last two shows have been fire. Make sure you go on YouTube and check them out. Coach Mike Sanford was on talking about the combine and Russell Wilson and all that shit that we're going to talk about here in a minute. And Coach Deion Sanders, Coach Prime up in Boulder last week, which was incredible. All of the cut-ups and everything are all over social media. And you can go check them out and watch them and get on YouTube and like and subscribe. That said, let's talk about the specifics first. Wolfe Untamed, how can they follow it? How can they watch it? You put all your hunts online. We're going to talk about that right off the bat here as we get into this. We got a lot to discuss. 10-year Super Bowl or 10-year NFL Vet Super Bowl champion Derek Wolfe, go.
All right, so so you can find. I'm revamping my website, so DerekWolfe.com. That's getting revamped, so that'll be up by next week. And then if you want to find my videos right now, just go to the Wolfe Untamed YouTube channel. And you can also watch my podcasts on there as well. But if you just want to listen, you can check it out on Spotify, Apple
Podcasts,
Amazon, everything. All the podcast platforms, it's on there. And then we're revamping that as well and turning that into I'm working with a company called Ironclad.
Nice.
They work with like Jack Carr and a bunch of different guys that they've helped to grow. And I felt like I grew it to where as far as I could grow it myself. So I brought them in to help me grow it even further. But yeah, man, we got a bunch of cool hunts planned this year. I'm doing a backcountry mountain goat hunt up in British Columbia.
Nice.
Bow hunt. I do it. Most of my stuff is with a bow. It's like 90% of the bow.
Sometimes I respect the shit out of that too, bro. I mean, look, there's videos that y'all ain't seen that I have that are, I mean, impressive with a bow, to say the least. I mean, why the bow over the gun? Is it just the throwback aspect? That's why I love it, and I feel like that's real. You got to track that fucking animal with a bow and arrow.
Honestly, it's the adrenaline rush of getting. It's even with a rifle when you get close to an animal, to like a big one, something big, like big game, like gators and stuff like that. When you get close to them, yeah, freaking hunting a human. That's how it is when I talk to these special forces guys. I mean, they talk about like, hunting animals is easy. He's like, I'm used to hunting humans. So it's like
that must be just the most insane, fun job, and also terrifying at the same time.
Yeah, but I do it with a bow. I do it with both. Like I use shotguns on turkeys. I use shotguns on birds. I use rifles on bears sometimes and stuff. Because like sometimes they're in places you can't stalk them with.
You use fucking spears on
pigs.
Yeah, and my goal in life is to kill a pig with a Crocodile Dundee knife. And all of a sudden you've done this. Inform me, how the fuck do I make this happen?
So, you can go down to Florida, do it down in Texas. I mean, there's
definitely Hawaii.
I mean, fuck, dude, you can go down to Texas and kill pigs any way you want. Like you want to kill them up from a helicopter, go ahead. You want to kill them with a fucking knife, go ahead. Like but they'll use dogs to like have dogs go in there and get them like pinned down, and then you go in there with a knife and stab it hard. And,
it sounds so fucking awesome.
It's
just a savage in me, bro. I want to do it so bad.
It's pretty savage, but it's I don't know, man. There's something about putting a stalk on an, especially like a bull elk, when they're fucking ripping bugles, just screaming. I mean, it is like Jurassic Park. And a 900-pound bull just comes ripping through at like 20, 30 yards, and you put an arrow in it. It is the adrenaline rush, man. Like there's really nothing. I mean, sacking Tom Brady in an AFC Championship game in front of 80,000 people
comes close.
Comes really close.
So you're saying that's second?
It's second, yeah.
Oh shit.
Dude, it is.
Don't ever get mad at me because I'm big game and that's not cool.
Yeah. It's fucking crazy.
Now
like,
you
I never
pack out everything too, right?
Yeah. Then what you do is you.
So after the rush and after you kill this motherfucker, you don't have some minion to pack it out.
No.
Dude, how do you chop up a 900-pound elk on the spot and pack out an animal like that?
So you lay it on its side and you'll cape it out. So caping it out means you cape out what you want to like, because you want to preserve the skull and, and the horns and stuff. So you cape that out from like the shoulder mount for like a shoulder mount, cape that out and peel it up, put it on its side, and you skin one side off. And then you cut the quarters off. So you cut the front quarters off, then you take the hind quarters off, pull the back straps off of that side, pull the tenderloins, all the neck meat, and then you debone everything because you don't want to carry the
on
bones
the spot.
Yeah. Depending where you're at. Like if we're up in Montana and grizzly country, we're going to hurry up and get the hell out of there.
Yeah.
Like we're going to pack up that meat and get the hell out of there, you know? But when we're like in New Mexico or Colorado where we don't have to worry about grizzlies, it's just like mountain lions and black bears that you got to worry about, which I'm not worried about them as long as you know how to defend yourself and you're not a pussy, you know, like they won't come after you.
Yeah, I think the black bear should be more afraid of you than you of the black bear.
Right. I mean, I'm going to.
You big fucking bear.
But it's crazy how powerful they are. I've watched these black bears.
So
I've watched a 300-pound black bear. I shot a 300-pound black bear in Wyoming with my bow, and it covered 150 yards like that, straight up a mountain like that, and then laid over and died. I mean, it was incredible how fast he made it up that mountain. I couldn't believe it.
And like you know, the Joe Rogan show that you were on came on you tracking that mountain lion that had been eating people's dogs and like tracking people in communities and shit.
Yeah.
And like, look, I grew up here. My parents, my mother's still, you know, my father's gone. My mother's still on Triple Creek Ranch. We got 75 acres up in North Boulder, right on the base of the mountains. Mountain lions, bears, coyotes, wolves now have been reintroduced. And like, my mother was not happy about it because we've got fawnlings and horses and chickens and ducks and shit. And like, that stuff's gone real quick when those predators are around.
Yeah,
I mean, you're a hunter, but you're also you're here to conserve. Like,
I'm a conservationist.
Yes, brother. You're not just out mad dog killing animals.
No, that's
like,
the thing.
And the soft ass community that everyone lives in these days doesn't. A lot of these people don't understand it. So I want you to get that message out.
And that's the problem. It's not even that they don't understand it. It's that you're never going to change an anti-hunter's mind, right? They don't want any hunting. They would rather wolves come in and completely decimate.
People in suburbs are voting to have wolves reintroduced, and everybody that's in the red rural areas, we're going to talk about this here in a second, the red rural areas that vote differently are saying we can't have this happen. All the ranchers, all the farmers, everywhere, especially the folks in the mountains.
Yeah.
And now it's just the folks in the suburbs are like, fuck it, let's reintroduce wolves.
Well, I'm going to break it down.
Come on.
I'll break it down. I'll break it down really easy for you so that people that don't hunt can understand what's really going on here. What happened with the wolves was, so here, first and foremost, Governor Polis, his husband is an anti-hunting extremist. Like, he is an animal rights extremist. Like, he doesn't want any kind of hunting. That's why you see him trying to get rid of slaughterhouses, all this stuff. He's an extremist, right? So if any of us who have had a spouse or has a spouse knows what happens whenever your spouse wants something done, you're going to hear about it until it gets done. So,
or you're not.
So I don't put any. Anymore. I don't blame Polis for this. I know that it's his husband that is really pushing him on all this stuff. So that's why I would really like to sit down and talk to him. But what it is they use misinformation. The wolf situation, they put gag orders on CPW, so Colorado Parks and Wildlife. They put gag orders on them, so then he couldn't tell the public that, hey, there already are wolves here. They've already migrated down. Wolves don't understand like a state boundary. They don't care about.
They don't stand at the Wyoming line and go, "Yo."
Especially when they're being.
Do we
hunted.
need papers to cross?
They're being hunted up there. They're delisted. They're being hunted up there in Wyoming. They're being hunted in Utah. They're being hunted in Idaho. Do you think that they're
going to migrate?
They're going to migrate. They're the smartest.
And they're packing.
They're the
smartest. All going to come together.
They're the smartest apex killer there is. Like, they are coded.
They're like the fucking velociraptors of animals.
And you're talking about like 170-pound wolves. Like, we're not talking about somebody's German Shepherd out there.
I saw one of a wolf that got shot attacking livestock on the Western Slope that was like 210 pounds, dog.
Yeah.
That's like a fucking middle linebacker, homie, and it's a wolf.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I'm glad that the folks in fucking Broomfield decided to reintroduce wolves to Colorado. But all right, so
right now, what they're trying to do is ban mountain lion hunting.
And that's what I wanted to bring up. I mean, you've hunted mountain lions, obviously, and you got a lot of grief for it. You also got a lot of praise for it. I thought it was incredible. Rogan's interview I thought was extremely. You were very articulate and intelligent in what you were talking about, and it calms down the mob when you start talking, because they're like, oh, we're not all just crazy on this side. Like, we can actually have a conversation.
Yeah, they think you're just some idiot redneck out there fucking shooting everything. That's not what it is.
And it's not even what it is at all. So I'm glad that you're like at the front of this, bro, because it's a very sensitive topic for me. I know like my girlfriend doesn't want to kill animals, loves them, yada, yada. And then I'm from a ranch. And I'm like, well, it's not feasible. It's not the same way that people live. And the conversation that we have all the time is very productive. I love the fact that you're at the forefront of this conversation. I think that's extremely fucking productive.
Yeah, it's because most people are afraid to talk about it because you get a lot of hate, because the other side is so well funded and so full of hate that they don't want to hear science-based. They don't want to hear anything science-based. The North American model of conservation is the gold standard. Like, it is the gold standard. We have brought animals back from damn near extinction.
The buffalo was almost extinct.
The American bison was almost done, and they brought it back to where you can hunt them now, right? But then when you do reckless things like throw wolves into a situation, for example, that's like in the Yellowstone, right? They threw wolves in the Yellowstone. They took that elk herd. I'm way off on exact numbers here, but it was something around 18,000 down to like 1,800, something like that. Like, damn, that kind of difference,
it's like the
right?
Genocide of an entire
exactly.
herd.
You're killing. And they claim it's better for streams and like whatever. All you have to, how much more money would be made if you just sold those tags
and people
auctioned off those tags?
It's a family thing. It's a generational thing. I can't wait to take my own boys hunting.
Right.
Like, it's something
it's a rite of passage. It's a rite of passage. As a man, we're coded for that. But we're living in a time now where they're trying to completely erase that, right? So it starts with like taking your hunting rights away, your ability to farm your own food, your ability to produce your own milk, and all of this shit all comes down to controlling your gun, how many guns you can have, what kind of gun you can have. It's all about control. And the more that they can control you, the more that they can profit off of you.
All right, so 2 questions before we go into this next part, which, look, I don't care if you like the conversation or dislike it. Get in the comments and let us know. We're not going to see them until after the show, but I will tell you this: you're going to get real opinion today, and that is what 0 to 60 is about. I know that's what Wolf Untamed is about, and that's what Derek's about, and what I'm about, and we're going straight into this. So, what is your bucket list hunt?
Yeah,
then I'm going to ask you some other questions.
So I have 2. I can't just pick one. There's 2. There's a Yukon moose. A Yukon moose, not like a Shire's moose.
12 feet tall.
Yeah, well, I'm talking about 60-inch spread on these giant Yukon moose.
That would look good up at fucking Wolf Palace up in the mountains.
Yeah, up at the Wolf Lodge.
I love that shit.
Oh, she'd be like,
they're the size of this fucking thing.
She already is like, because it's funny because you talk about your girl. My wife won't kill anything. She won't even kill a
loves animals.
But I love animals.
I love animals.
But I love eating animals too.
Yes, I love eating them as well.
Right. So, and that's the other thing. I eat everything I kill, except for rodents and dogs and like that. Like, I ate that mountain lion. That mountain lion was delicious.
You never had a dog?
I'm not eating. I mean, not on purpose.
I know you've had some.
When I was in Iceland,
some Tongan teammates that eat horse and shit.
Yeah, well, when I was in Iceland, they were serving horse. It was like a delicacy on their menu, and I'm like, I'm not eating horse. Like, something about.
I've had horse before.
I just didn't want to eat it. I was like, never really wanted to eat a horse, but whatever. I mean, I don't shame anybody for wanting to eat that stuff, but like, with that mountain lion ban in Colorado, they're trying to they're covering it up as trophy hunting. But
that's what I read.
Trophy hunting is illegal already. It's already illegal. You can't just kill a lion.
You can't go kill a lynx.
You can't kill a lynx.
They threw lynx into that.
You can't.
But it's already illegal to kill a lynx. They're protected.
And that's what they do. That's how they do this shit. That's how they get the general public that is misinformed and uneducated on it. Which is, most people aren't educated on the hunting rules and laws and everything. So like, I understand. But when you cover it up as like a trophy hunting ban, anybody that sees trophy hunting, they're like, yeah, people should just be killing lions.
I agree. We shouldn't be killing white rhinos and shit.
Yeah, we shouldn't.
That's what people equate it to. There's no fucking
yeah.
white rhinos in the Rockies.
Right, exactly. There's not. We're not killing something that's endangered.
There's no fucking giraffes.
There's fucking thriving. Well, even the giraffes over there are fucking thriving in South Africa. Like, what are we talking? Like, you know what I mean? It's like they're talking about shit they don't understand, and then they're voting on it. Like, they're putting it to a vote, which blows my mind.
And now ranchers and farmers are dealing with it.
They're paying the price for it.
Like, my mother's dealing with wolves. We're surrounded by fucking open space, right? Thousands of acres of open space. And the Rockies are on the other side of 36. You can walk across the street and start climbing a fucking mountain. There are elk everywhere. Yeah. My brother is like walking around. He's the foreman of the property, right? Walking around the fucking property at night with his goddamn, with his goddamn carbine rifle, walking around patrolling the fence line for wolves to attack the horses. Dog.
Yeah.
Like, holy shit!
And guess what? If he shoots one,
he's fucked.
He's fucked.
And they told him, like, you have to shoot over them or scare them.
You're supposed to scare them off.
You can't kill one of the wolves. Like, bro, that's a 210-pound wolf. He's gonna eat my ass, and I'm not gonna turn into a werewolf. All right, so great talk there, bro. And look, I want to get into. We've been talking about control, and you and I have had this conversation in the past, and I just right off the bat, I'm a Trump supporter. I'm going to be voting for Donald Trump here in the election. I know you know him personally. You hung out with him before. You're good friends with Kid Rock. You guys, like, that's a different aspect that I think is important to talk about here. So, just in a 5-minute, dissertation here to the public, why Donald the second time around? Because obviously you don't need to convince me.
Yeah. So I got to play 18 holes of golf with him. So like that, and if you've ever golfed 18 holes, you know what kind of camaraderie that comes along with that. So it's me,
dudes being dudes,
and it's not just like me, Trump, and a bunch of weirdos. It's me, John Daly, Kid Rock, and Donald Trump. Like, we're having a good time. We're hanging out, and he is one of the best human beings I've ever been around. I mean, I fucking love that guy. Like, we got a picture to all of us taken together. He framed a big one for me. And so
I think you posted it on Instagram. I saw it. Yeah, that's a hell of a picture. He's
just like a hell of a guy. But the one thing that, obviously, he's a polarizing guy. He's one of the most famous people. He's been one of the most famous people in America for a long time, for decades.
My whole life. Your whole life.
I've always known who Donald Trump was. Like, there was never
our parents' whole lives.
Right. He's always been there. And they've done the attacks that they do on him, the witch hunts they go on, and they still can't find shit. All they can do is say that Mar-a-Lago is only worth $18 million, which is fucking bogus. Totally bogus. If you've ever been to South Beach or West Palm and seen how much property goes for down there, and somebody that owns, it is like 18 acres of intercoastal and beachfront property.
Yeah, I think that's more than 18.
Yeah, it's more like 180 probably like 300 million. Like, it's not even close to 18. So prosecuting political opponents that's what's happening right now.
Well, man, when I saw the Supreme Court said that he's going to be on the ballot everywhere, but especially when I saw my home state try and take him off the ballot, it made me so infuriating. I don't care who you vote for. I'm all for conversation and debate and a free election. I'm with this.
Yeah.
But when you try and eliminate a candidate, that smells
like communism
to me, dog. Yeah. And I'm a history major, so I may not know how to fucking add, but I can read.
I can fucking read and I can watch documentaries. Goddamn, watch enough documentaries to know what communism looks like.
And so that's some commie shit. Period.
Yeah, it's funny when you read these. You watch these documentaries about political opponents in other countries. And you're like, man, that must be fucking wild. Look at what they're doing right now.
Stalin got rid of all of his political opponents.
Putin. They're always fucking talking about Putin and the shit he does. We're doing the same shit. We're doing the same. The Democratic Party is doing the same shit. That's why you see people running away from that, because they're like, this is fucked.
Well, I voted for Obama twice, bro.
Well,
that's the thing. Like, I was proud about it, and then after that, it's been this. How do I say?
Well, this is.
I voted for Trump, and I was happy he was in office, and we're not going to talk about the pandemic or anything, but it is what it is.
The scamdemic?
Yeah, it is what it is. And then the last 4 years have been Some people think it's been incredible, and
How?
and some people think it's been a disaster.
Look at the state of the world. Look at the state of the world.
Well, Papa Joe was asleep at the wheel. Though.
Well, this guy's not funny. I mean, it's
this
elder
is
abuse.
like Ronald Reagan.
It's elder abuse. Like if that was your grandpa, imagine if that was your grandpa.
If you had to work that fucking hard at that age,
you'd be like, "Come on, get grandpa."
Come on, man, just retire, dog. You don't need to work this hard no more.
This motherfucker, he can't even he doesn't know what he's doing. I heard he shit himself. I heard he shit himself.
Biden didn't shit himself.
Yes, in front of the Queen.
But Joe Biden shit himself in front of the Queen.
Yes.
This is national breaking news.
Yeah, I heard that.
Joe Biden shit himself in front of the Queen.
This is from
Hey, clip that.
I heard he shit himself. I heard he shit himself in front of the Queen. Like, this guy is fucked.
This is incredible.
But spending that much time with Trump, right? Yeah. I've been around him multiple times but Kid Rock and I have talked about him a lot. And, the kind of human that he is fucking incredible. Like he's as old for his age. This motherfucker put the ball in the middle of the fairway, deep down the fairway, every just fucking hole. Like he doesn't take mulligans.
Was he talking shit the whole time?
Oh, he's a competitor.
I love it, dude.
He's a solid competitor.
He's a dude.
He was like, look. He looked at me. He's like, look. He's like, let's bet John Daly some money and try to beat him. And I'm like, we're not gonna fucking beat him.
We're gonna lose.
Yeah, we're gonna lose, but we can try. Like,
I got some fucking money. Let's do it.
Yeah, let's go.
I'll throw some fucking hundreds at this shit, and then I'll be like, yeah, I lost a bunch of money. Trump and I lost a ton of fucking money to Daly. Kid Rock was in the back like, you dumb motherfuckers are gonna bet.
He even said that. He's like, you guys are idiots. You guys are never gonna win. Because this guy John Daly, like he hits the ball like 3 feet from the fucking pin from 100 yards out.
Then sparks a fucking heater and drinks a beer. And
yeah,
he's like, do it again.
He's got a fucking a cooler full of Good Boys. There's Good Boy vodka.
Prime motherfucking athletic ability.
And he just fucking he's out there with like a bad knee and just fucking crushing the golf ball.
I love
crushing it.
I absolutely.
It was just awesome to do it. But the way he treats everyone around him, like his security guys that he hires. They're like, dude, he is the best person to work for. Like, it is awesome. It's stressful because he doesn't hide.
He's everywhere.
He goes everywhere. Like there was houses on the golf course. We were playing the Troubadour down in Nashville. The houses on the golf course were throwing like parties outside. He would just walk right up into the fucking party and start hanging out. Like, come on, jump in the car. Let's talk.
Love that, man. People love that aspect.
But it didn't feel like if you've ever spent time around politicians, you feel like you need a shower. Because they're so fucking scummy and fake.
I don't like.
He is not that way. He is like it was like genuine. He's genuinely like happy to be around those people, and genuinely happy to and genuinely grateful for their support. It's not some bullshit. And then everybody that works at that golf course got $100 bill. Like he was fucking tipping everybody $100 bill. Like that's how he is. Like he feels like if you fucking he went up to people that didn't even serve us anything. He walked up to the fucking bar, handing them all $100 bills. I'm like, Jesus.
Trying to stimulate the economy, come on.
But he just he genuinely gives a shit about, he cares about our country. You know what I mean? Like he genuinely is putting our country first. Like that is what he's doing. And I mean, who else? He went to fucking North Korea and walked across the fucking DMZ.
And got shit for it.
And got a hard time.
Don't you want your leader to go talk to all the assholes in the world and make sure they're not going to do asshole things?
My favorite.
Like, hey, asshole, don't nuke South Korea, okay? Or we're going to fuck you up. That's a good thing.
Everybody knew that if you fucked around, you would find out. Right now, everybody's fucking around.
And
they know they're not going to find shit out.
No, because nothing's going to happen.
Because we're just dumping money into Ukraine, dumping money into fucking Israel. Like, when are we going to start taking care of America? Like, we have the homeless population is just out of control. I'm all for immigration, right? Legal immigration, right? But we have a fucking leak right now where it is millions of people.
Like a sieve, homie.
Millions of.
It's bad.
And it's not just Mexicans.
Another thing.
It's not just South Americans. Chinese.
Fucking back to working people, right? Real life situations. My mother owns a huge ranch, Triple Creek. We have a quarter mile long driveway from the top. Probably, my brother said they've turned away 15 random dudes knocking on my mother's door who's 70 years old. Thank God my brother's there, but he's not always there.
Right.
He's patrolling for fucking wolves. Knocking on my mother's door, asking her for work. Now, I don't have a problem with that, but who are these 20 motherfuckers knocking at my mother's door? And that is the kind of shit look, we're going to move on here and talk about sports as we get going. I don't want to keep Derek here all day. And we really appreciate you guys tuning in. And look, this is what 0 to 60 is. We're not just going to talk about what you think we're going to talk about all the time. So get your fucking mind right. But there's real life circumstances here, and both sides need to come together and figure out how to move forward, or we're all going to come together and tear each other apart. And that is not acceptable. Any student of history knows
why
when you stop talking, bad things happen in relationships. And when everybody just starts putting up walls instead of building bridges, there's problems. So
we need to put up a fucking wall.
Together.
It should
be
bipartisan.
To protect Americans. I agree.
It should be bipartisan to want a secure border.
Yeah.
I mean, every fucking president, Democrat or Republican, has talked about securing.
Every country you've ever been to, is it not a huge pain in the ass to get in and get out?
Oh, fuck yeah.
They don't just allow legal immigration.
Go to Mexico and take a bunch of cans of chew with you. They fucking you can't have all this.
Fuck.
You can't have all this.
You can't bring this back in.
Yeah, it's like why?
Getting into Mexico is harder than getting into the United States.
Fuck, they could just fucking bring a whole bunch of fentanyl with you. Come on.
Come on in. That's what it is.
We'll help you across.
Hey, shit, we might expedite it.
It's just crazy. It should be bipartisan, and the problem is like you got Joe Biden who doesn't really know what the fuck he's doing. He literally not saying that like he's an idiot, like he is fucking mentally not there.
Guy shit himself in front of the queen, bro.
Like, bro, this guy's shitting himself and fucking hammering ice cream all day. Like that's what he's doing. Like wearing a diaper and eating ice cream.
All right, so from one mockery to another, Jake Paul and Mike Tyson are fighting. That's it. We just flipped this bitch 180. Yeah. Okay, now look.
Netflix.
I love it. On Netflix. And I'm gonna buy it. And I've never really bought one of these before, and I know he's fought MMA fighters, and I wonder if there were MMA rules if he'd really be beating up Anderson Silva and shit. I really doubt it. I'm not saying the kid can't fight. He's a better boxer than me. But my brother's a fighter and trains fighters, and he thinks he's a joke. And Mike Tyson is not a fucking joke. Mike Tyson used to decapitate motherfuckers back in the day with their VHS tapes, and you had to watch and buy pay-per-view on HBO and shit to watch it. And I remember those days. I remember how fucking fierce this guy was. And I've seen him train, and so have you.
Yeah.
It's all over social media. His hands are rapid fire. There's no fucking way I want to get in the ring with Mike Tyson. I respect that. But on sports books right now, on Bet Online, it's like plus 240 for Mike Tyson to win. Plus 240 for Mike Tyson over this white guy?
This guy what the fuck? He lost to Tommy Fury.
But okay, Mike Tyson's what, 65?
I don't care if he's fucking.
I don't care if he's 95.
I've seen videos. Kid, right? I've seen videos of fucking old timers getting in there with like young professional boxers.
You don't just forget how to fight. His muscle memory.
Yeah, you don't forget how to fight. Like he doesn't. That's the thing about Tyson too. He doesn't get hit. He has good head movement.
Crushes this kid.
I
hope he fights for real.
He's never been hit like that.
Because that fighting Mike Tyson is not fighting Floyd Mayweather. Floyd Mayweather is one of the best defensive fighters ever. Professional fighters couldn't even fucking hit him. Of course, Jake Paul couldn't hit him. He's not a heavyweight. It was a mockery. But Mike Tyson, I think Mike has the thing in his head too, because I've seen him live rip off someone's ear with his mouth. I think he's fucking kind of crazy, and I'm not crazy for saying that.
Well, he goes into he is one of those people
like blind rage.
He goes into kill mode.
Yes, kill mode.
Fucking kill.
So if he goes into kill mode and doesn't take it easy on Jake Paul, Jake's in fucking trouble, right?
Well, here's the thing. I thought that Jake Paul, I thought that shit was dead. He made all his fucking money. He's made him and his brother fucking prime and all this other shit. He's famous as shit. Lives in Puerto Rico. Doesn't pay taxes.
Fucking loving it.
Fucking awesome, right? I was like, this guy's living the fucking American dream.
Puerto Rico's fucking part of the United States.
And you don't have to pay taxes.
What the fuck?
It blows my mind.
How can I move to Puerto Rico right now?
Yeah, and have good water. That's the problem. You gotta have good water. There's no fucking water there.
Well, I can bottle that shit up and ship it.
Yeah. But what I thought he was done, right? I was like, okay, he's done. I don't have to fucking watch this guy fight anymore. And then he finds the one person where you have to watch. If
you have to. I saw this, I was like, fuck yes, Mike, kill this kid.
He gets the one person that you have to watch him. You're like, it's Mike Tyson. I gotta watch Mike Tyson.
It might be the biggest pay-per-view in the history of pay-per-view.
I mean,
because it's been how long since he's done a pay-per-view? I remember watching Tyson lose to Lennox Lewis.
The 90s, right?
Listen to this fucking story. Okay, because you know Brian Callen, you know Brendan Shaw and all those guys, right? Brian's going to be on Tuesday. And like his dream is to have a home invasion, and that's my dream, and I can't wait to laugh and talk to him about it and shit. And Brian Callen is one of the funniest motherfuckers ever. He's so funny. He's our guest on Tuesday. But like, so Shab and I, back in college, you know, we played together, and our strength coach, the great Doc Crease, hail son, Doc Crease, rents Jonathan A. Ramsey's old house on the hill, no lie. And we watch the Lennox Lewis Mike Tyson fight in the backyard of Jonathan A. Ramsey's house. About like 15 minutes before the fight, Doc takes me, Joel Klatt, Shab, like 2 or 3 other guys down to the basement. And we're like walking downstairs, and Shab's in front of me. And I remember him looking back at me and going, "Where are we going?" I'm like, "I don't know where the fuck Doc is taking us, bro. I have no idea where we're going." We walk down, and Doc turns around and goes, "Hail, son, this is where it happened." And Klatt looks at us, he's like, "I'm out," and just fucking turns around and leaves. And Shab and I are sitting there like, "Holy fuck, dude. He's actually talking about this is where John Bonet happened. What the fuck's going on right now?" That's the last pay-per-view I remember with Mike Tyson. Big, wide story.
Fuck.
Doc, we're all over the place here, but hey, this is why you come on this show. Fucking gold. He hasn't been on a pay-per-view for 25 years. How much fucking bread do you think Tyson makes on this?
Oh, I mean,
Like,
anything Jake Paul's involved,
50, right?
I don't know if he's gonna. He's got to be.
Like, Mike fucking Tyson, just
well,
out of respect.
I mean, if I'm
Jake
Paul,
like,
I'm giving him 64. I'm going
for
60-40 because
I don't want him to kill me.
Well, I mean, here's the thing. I don't think
I give him 70-30. Like, please don't rip my face off,
Mike.
Mike.
Yeah, but Mike Tyson doesn't come off as the type of guy that you can control.
Right? No, that's not real high on the list.
So his like when we're talking about like he's in there like. He just did a podcast recently where he fucking checked
Talk shit about him.
Yeah.
They're like, "What do you think about Jake Paul?" He's like, "I fucked this pussy up." Like, he's 70 years old almost.
I mean, he's 60 something, I think. Or he's late 50s.
Okay, all right, so probably a little old on my end, but still, that's.
I mean, he's gonna fuck him
George
up.
Foreman fought into his 50s and fucked people up, and those are professional fighters. I guess is Jake Paul a professional fighter, or is he a gimmick fighter?
No, he's an amateur fighter.
He's an amateur fighter.
Yeah, he's an amateur fighter.
And his fame just got him into, and that's my thing, is like, I know this sounds good right now, but just put yourself in his shoes, regardless of money.
He's got
fame,
balls getting in there.
I respect the fuck out of
that. I do too. I respect him like
anybody that'll step in the fucking ring with Mike Tyson, I respect.
Dude, he's a fucking killer. Like he will try to kill you.
Can you imagine sitting there? Like, we've all sat before big games. You've sat before Super Bowl and visualize what you're going to do, and you know. Can you imagine sitting there gloved up, they're taping your hands, and you're going to fight Mike Tyson?
Yeah.
Like, how many times have you heard the hypothetical, would you let Mike Tyson punch you in the face for $1 million? Well, hey, Jake Paul, how much money is it going to take to get knocked the fuck out by Mike Tyson?
Well, a lot of these people that talk shit have never even sparred before.
I hope he knocks him the fuck
Like,
out.
they've never even sparred with him.
That shit is so hard, too, bro.
It is. It fucking
so
sucks.
hard. I saw you fucking trying to wrestle with Brian Shaw. I wrestled. That's a big. You're a big motherfucker.
So Brian
bro.
is like
the biggest human I've ever seen.
He's like 6'7", 6'8", like 420 pounds. Salt, dude. I'm talking like
eating smaller people as he walks through the day.
But I have the wrestling background and the striking background.
You know how to do it.
So I know how to do it, so I can handle myself. But
I saw him pick you up on Instagram.
Dude,
you're like,
wee! Dude, he picks 300 pounds up like it's fucking nothing. Like we went up to his gym and we were fucking around there doing all his grip stuff. He bent over and picked up this 293 pound dumbbell that doesn't. It's a fat grip dumbbell that doesn't roll.
They just fucking picked it up.
Dude, he grabbed it and stood up with it. I couldn't get it off the ground.
Can you imagine how big of a sword he could swing at you back in the day?
Dude. Just a fucking.
Like, I feel like we'd do pretty good on the fucking battlefield, but then he'd come up, we'd be like,
I'd have to
tag team, bro. Fuck.
Yeah, we'd have to fucking distract him.
We're gonna have to think about this one. I hope he's not smart.
And it's crazy because he is like this. He's like the. I'm like, because if he'd pick me up and like set me down.
Can you imagine if he was a dick?
Oh, that's what I said.
Or like a serial killer. If he was John Wayne Gacy in the head.
Oh, dude. Well, you know who else is
controlled psychopath?
Who's even bigger?
That's why we have the world we live in.
Who's even bigger motherfucker is Thor.
The Mountain?
Half Thor, yeah.
The Mountain.
So I was over in Iceland and we stopped by his gym and hung out
he's
for a little bit.
Bigger than Brian?
Dude, bigger.
Shut the fuck up.
Bigger.
Like, so he's the biggest motherfucker ever?
I mean,
is he the biggest dude you've ever seen?
Yeah. Well,
I think
it's a
the
different
biggest person I've ever seen.
Shaq's like the biggest person I've ever seen, but like I'm talking about as far as like muscle and fucking mass. Like him and Brian are just like those. It's hard to tell the difference. Thor's just a little taller than Brian. Like he fucking like made me feel little.
Jesus Christ.
Like, he made me feel tiny. His calves are like this fucking big.
There's just, I mean, look, in a world of savages 1,000 years ago, my dream is just, I wish I could wake up 1,000 years ago covered in chainmail. Like, mead and Valhalla. This is fucking incredible.
Yeah,
That would be
I
so
was born
awesome.
in the wrong time.
It's just born in the wrong era. But that's okay. We got to play a little football, and that's where we're headed here on 0 to 60. Derek Wolfe joins us. Make sure you check out Wolf Obtained. All the stuff on YouTube. He's doing a great job. And there's some big time hunts coming up. And one of these days, he'll have to haul my ass up there and see if I can actually haul out one of these big motherfuckers that he kills. And that would be super fun. All right, let's talk about some football, bro. What'd you think about the Super Bowl? I mean, free agency is about to get rolling. The fucking Broncos just cut Justin Simmons. Like, bro,
Dude, look at.
I didn't care about Russell Wilson.
89 million?
Didn't we just get the richest owner in sports history? Who gives a shit? Why the fuck are we?
Yeah,
why are we cutting Justin Simmons? Like, I get rebuilding, but can we rebuild around a pillar of consistency?
Dude, I don't know. They did this with.
If he goes to Kansas City, I'm going to kill someone.
I mean, he's going to go.
If
I'm Justin Simmons, look.
It's his pick.
Go somewhere where you can win fucking games. He's never played in a playoff game.
Never. And like people are talking about on the radio driving in today, see a Ring of Famer. You're not even in the Ring of Fame. I don't know how you can be a Denver Bronco Ring of Famer if you never touch the field in a playoff game.
Yeah, that's.
And you know what? That's not his fault.
No,
because he's the kind of player that would have fit in on the fucking the no fly.
Oh yeah, he would have fit in great.
Fucking great. They would have loved him.
Yeah, they would have loved Justin.
They
did love Justin.
He got
there right after.
He got what? You played with him for a year?
I played with him
for 2 years.
For 4 years.
4 years. God, okay, that's more.
Okay. Yeah, I played with him for 4 years.
So you know exactly what kind of fun.
Oh, he's a great, and I know what kind of person he is too. He's a good fucking person.
How
good
big
father,
of a hit is this? And what I understand cap hell, but did we hire Sean Payton here? And I know we just went straight into the Broncos. Fuck the Super Bowl. The Chiefs are really good. There's your answer. Did we hire Sean Payton to rebuild this team or to function with the people on? They went out and spent a ton of money in free agency last year. Russ didn't even make it to his extension.
Dude.
They're getting rid of Justin Simmons. Okay, so if we're getting rid of Justin Simmons, why is McGlinchey on the team? Why is Bowles on the team? Why is anybody that makes any kind of money on this team? Why don't we just strip it to the brass tacks, go 1-16, and draft Shedeur Sanders?
I mean, that
sounds like a good plan.
I mean, what the fuck are they gonna do?
I don't know, bro.
Because
who's gonna play?
You're stripping and if I'm Ben Powers or Mike McGlinchey, I'm fucking pissed.
Why'd I just sign for $70 million?
I was fucking pissed when I stayed here. I was pissed that we didn't have a plan. You told me we had a fucking plan for quarterback, and I was like, all right, well, I'll take less money to stick around because I love this fucking defense.
Did you know in 2016 when you guys were 9-7 and you missed by a game that you were fucked after the season?
No.
Because
I thought we were
well.
Yeah, no, because I thought we were gonna go find another quarterback. I thought we were like, okay,
with Trevor playing.
I was like, yeah. I was like, okay, this is like a good placement until we get the real guy here.
And they didn't.
And then they drafted Paxton fucking Lynch, and I was like, now we're fucked. I knew it. I was like, we're fucked.
I love the truth on this show, bro.
We are fucked.
That kid walked in here, and look, I have a real, as an undrafted guy, that has my pension, like that's a hard thing to do in the National Football League, right? I think that when you have that opportunity, you went high. You were the first pick in the second round for the Broncos?
Yeah. I was their first pick.
You're their first pick, so you're a fucking first
36 pick, yeah.
So I think it's really hard to have that light on you, but also you're a bad motherfucker if you're getting drafted that high. You're supposed to do this.
You're supposed to, you
so like as an undrafted guy to watch him squander his opportunity, where like people say the same thing about Drew, and I think Drew tried to
he tried to be a leader. He tried to
just couldn't do it. Paxton Lynch walked in and said, "Oh, I signed here," and started playing fucking video games, dog, and didn't give a shit.
Bro, he cried. Bro, you don't throw an interception and go cry.
On the bench, he cried?
Yeah.
I remember that he did
Bro,
fucking cry.
That's when it was over for him.
Well, okay, you're on the bench. Your quarterback starts crying. I mean, you're sitting next to your teammates. I know you looked at them and said, "We are fucked."
We're fucked. I think Bill Kollar felt about that.
I love Bill Kollar. Bill Kollar was my first coach ever in the National Football League, bro. When I was with the Rams, I walked in the first day and we sit down. He walks in and goes, "Okay, all you rookies, you all suck. You're terrible. Your tape is awful. You're not going to make a
fucking
team.
lazy.
You're lazy. You don't chase the ball. You're going to chase the ball here, though. You either chase the ball or I'm going to run your motherfucking ass out of here. I swear to God. And then I'd walk into the weight room and I'd try to like, beat him in. I would always try and beat the coaches in. It never worked because they were sleeping there. But I would walk in and he would have both his motherfucking legs behind his head, stretching in the smallest shorts. I'd be like, what's up, coach? He'd be like, McChesney. And I'd be like, coach. He'd be like, you got to chase the fucking ball today? You're going to be playing offense before you know it. 3 years later, playing fucking offense. I know that you're really close with that, man. Talk about Bo Cole.
Oh, man. He's one of the he's exactly what I needed at that time in my career. Because I had Jay Rogers for this first couple of years, and he's a great coach and a great guy. But I do well with a coach that demands fucking greatness.
It's on your ass, too.
Like, he's on my ass. No matter how good I do, he's like, you fucking suck. You know?
That motivates guys like us.
When you make a play, he's like, fuck, the first motherfucker there in your face.
When you're one of his guys, he will bend over backwards.
He'll die for you.
But if you aren't, you're a bitch for the rest of your life.
And the only way to not be one of his guys is to be lazy.
It's the only way.
He doesn't give a fuck. One time we had a guy on a team that just would not fucking go the extra, like just
wouldn't chase the ball.
Wouldn't chase the fucking ball. And Bill was like, I'm in Elway's office every day begging him to cut you. And I was like, oh shit. Like if you just don't try, it's like just fucking try. Like, that's all he wants. Do.
That's all he chase the ball, and you'll run by him, and he'll give you this kind of compliment. Good job, player. Thanks, coach. You get that from him. You're like, fuck yeah.
Yeah.
Coach told me good job.
You can get your ass kicked during the play, right? For the first 3 seconds of the play, you get your fucking ass beat. But if you can get pancaked, but if you get up and run fucking 30 yards and try to pick, and you might the ball might get spit out, and you can recover the fumble.
That's not lucky. That's hustle.
He loves that fucking kind of play. Like, that's what he wants to see.
That's the kind of player you were. That's the kind of player I tried to be. It's what I try and preach in this room. You've been in here and worked with the kids before, and one of the main things you say every time is you got to be violent. You got to fucking play hard. Yada yada yada. I think this game is a calling. It's not for everybody.
It's not for everybody.
And especially the trench. The people always talk to me on my Coach JB show all the time and doing spots all the time. They're always like, how has the NFL changed? And I go, I don't know. Like, the NFL's changed for the pencil necks and the quarterbacks. And, if you run through someone's knee or their face, you're going to get flagged. But the relationship between the left guard and the 3 technique
is the same.
That was the same in 1950, and it's the same in 1980, and it's the same in 2005, and when I was a rookie, and it's the same now. It's the same when you play.
I'm calling you a pussy because you got your tackle to help you, 100%. And your fucking center to help you.
Double team this motherfucker and get him out of the way. I'm tired of this bullshit. Yeah,
you're yelling after the game. And after the game, we fucking
hugs.
Yep.
Because the trench is different. Talk about football a little bit. How you think it's going to go, and I want to ask you a question about these quarterbacks.
Yeah, so I think the direction of football. I mean, trench play is trench play.
That's why I love it so much.
They spotlight all the accolades, but there's certain guys out there that make a ton of fucking plays, but they don't play hard. They play hard when they want to play hard.
That's why we both love Max Crosby so much.
And that's why I fucking love Max Crosby. He plays every fucking snap.
Call him Baba Yaga.
Like it's his last snap. You know what I mean? Like that's how you have to be out there. Like you have to play and make them want to. They want to quit because they can't fucking keep blocking you. Like,
did you see his knee? The picture of his knee this year.
Yeah.
When he played 3 days later. Yeah. And fucking balled. Had 2 sacks all over the field and shit. I respect the fuck out of that, bro. I played with a broken ankle before. That shit's hard.
No, I played with some fucked up injuries, so I know what it's like. But that's how it is in there. Like, you got to fucking go. Like, you got to go. And how bad do you want it? Like, how bad do you want to fucking be great? Do you want to just be good? Do you want to be great? Like, what?
You want to leave a legacy? You want people to actually know who you are?
Yeah.
You want to have haters. That's the thing. Like, I talk to these kids all the time. We got a big social media presence. Some of the parents don't like it. And I'm like, look, if your kid doesn't have haters, no one knows your kid. If you don't have haters, you're not doing anything in life.
If I got 10 haters today, I want 11 tomorrow.
I want 12, baby.
Yeah,
Let's go.
That's how it is.
Hate me. Fuck yes.
Yes.
Hate me.
They hate you because they
Choke me a little bit. Wait a second.
Well, hold on.
Hold on. All right, look. We both love Max Crosby. We love watching that guy play. Aaron Donald, obviously, he's at the end of his career, but another just bad motherfucker. I heard Fletcher Cox might be retiring.
Yeah, we were the same year.
Him and Kelsey going out in the same class. Kelsey,
Yeah.
all right, before we get into the quarterbacks, I watched his press conference. Very rarely do you get to see a grunt's press conference, right? So
Yeah.
I made a point to watch it. It's not like Peyton's. Peyton's press conference, you were there, right?
Yeah.
That was incredible. Like, that speech he gave was fucking incredible. It hit me in the heart.
Yeah.
Watching Kelsey and his family and his brother, that was emotional, bro. It brought tears to my eyes.
Yeah.
Like, I'm watching a grunt, walk away from the game. You played against that cat many times.
Well, we lived together.
The Cincinnati Bearcats,
We're
right?
close friends.
And you and Travis and Jason, you're all fucking boys. You're all played together at Cincinnati. It was a Big 12 foe. October 26th, Halloween game.
Yeah.
CU's gonna fuck your ass up. I can't wait, man. Let's go.
Should do some kind of live show for
For
that.
real.
That would be
right?
fun.
Well, look, I'm close with Prime Man, so I'm gonna reach out to him, make sure we get some sideline passes and
Yeah, that'd be
go down
fucking
there
awesome.
and go up to Boulder and have some fun that weekend.
Yeah, that'd
Dress
be
up and shit.
I'm down.
Dress up as each other, and then people would be like, Matt, Derek, oh, you'll never know. But talk about Jason, Travis, and that Cincinnati bond,
Man,
and the Big 12 moving into it.
So Jason is very emotional. Always has been. He played the game emotionally. He fucking hates to lose more than anybody. But he's also like one of the most loyal, like down to earth motherfucker. Like he's just like
He wore 60 in college. He's a bad motherfucker.
dude. He wore 60. He was a walk-on linebacker.
That's what I'm
This
saying.
motherfucker was a walk-on linebacker.
Just came out of
First time
nowhere.
I met Jason was me and Travis were both on our official visits. And I had a buddy that was already going to school there, and obviously Travis had his brother that was going to school there. So Travis and I like naturally just fucking started hanging out right away. And then we go to like some kind of fair. They had like this fair on campus, like carnival shit going on. And he goes, hey, we got to find Jason. So you meet my brother. I'm like, all right, cool. So we meet Jason. He's wearing a fucking Hawaiian shirt with his belly hanging out, and has a mug full of fucking beer. He's like, oh, what's up, man? Like fucking big beard, like just fucking long hair, just scummy as hell.
Like an alignment.
Yeah, and it was just like the perfect.
The kindred spirits, you're like, brother!
Yeah, we fucking got along right away. And Travis and I hit it off right. Travis is like, he's a little bit different, but the same.
A skill player.
Yeah, he's a skill player, quarterback. He was a quarterback when he came in.
That's right, he was a quarterback.
Yeah, he was a quarterback when he came in.
I mean,
This
is he
motherfucker could
the
ball,
best
too.
tight end ever?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Even better than Gronk?
Yeah.
I mean, Gronk's pretty.
Gronk's
too.
good. I mean, he's right there in that conversation.
But Travis is.
Like, I'm not going to say I'm going to say he's the best ever because that's my boy. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And it's true.
And I think
It's not like
true.
you're fucking saying anything that's wrong. I mean, when you break a Jerry Rice record, when he broke that, I didn't know
As
it
a
was that
tight end,
close.
yeah.
And like, I'm watching the game, they're like, he's about to break Jerry Rice's record. And I was like, wait a second. He's got 152 now, fucking playoff catches? Holy shit.
And, aside from like all the bullshit around him, like, with the Pfizer shit and the fucking Taylor Swift shit and like all that shit. When I talk to Travis, it's like talking to the same. It's like when we talk, it's like having a conversation.
Boy.
That's my boy. He's like, Wolfie, what's up, brother?
You can have totally different opinions,
Totally different.
but the locker room is a melting pot.
It is a fucking melting. I say
It's
that all
the
the time.
beauty of it, dude.
And
It's
the
why
best-
we are all
the-
fucking so close.
The best example I give people is Akeem Talib, right? You got me, who's this fucking redneck fucking Viking, and then you got Akeem Talib, who is a fucking Muslim from Dallas. Like, two totally different motherfuckers.
But
And
fucking
we got
boys.
along so, I mean, that's my brother. Like, that is my
He's a
fucking
bad
brother.
motherfucker, too.
Same with TJ Ward.
He should be.
Same-
Keeps got to be up for the Hall this year, right?
I don't know.
At least
man.
one or two
Gotta
more
be,
years.
bro.
He just retired, 3 years ago?
3 or
It's 4
yeah.
years, so he's got to be up. He's first ballot.
I gotta be.
Got to be.
Gotta be. So that is like the best thing about a locker room. That's why when they talk about, is there racism on no, there's no
None!
racism.
Ever!
It's not like it's never.
It's
like
can
that.
you cut it or can you not? Are you going to make me run after practice or not? It has nothing to do
It
with
has
skin
nothing
color.
to do with skin.
It has to do with does your blood pump and is your head connected?
Yeah.
And
Can I
are we
trust
all
you
the
out
same?
there?
Yes,
That's
trust.
all. It's all. That's
Are
all.
we going to get a fight in the bar the same way we're going to get a fight on the field, the same way we're going to fight in the locker room? I know you saw like Kentucky, the kids fighting in the locker room. You see that on social media? People are like, oh my God, I can't believe they're fighting.
That happens all the
That's
time.
like every other day, bro. You
Yeah,
just have a
bro.
cell phone now.
We're fucking bro. My best friend.
Brothers fight.
One of my best friends on this planet his name's Evan Davis. His parents owned the house that we all lived in college.
Oh, nice.
So Evan and I, on our official visit, we're all fucked up drinking this moonshine, and he's like, and all the older guys are like, hey, we're gonna come pick you guys up from the hotel.
Like, Travis
and I, of course, are like, fuck yeah,
let's go.
And I'm trying to get my boy Evan to come with us. I'm like, Evan, come on. He's like, no, I got to meet with Brian Kelly in the morning. And I was like, oh, come on, don't be a pussy. He's like, don't call me a pussy. And I was like, oh, my bad. Pussy. And dude, we fucking got in a fight right away, and we are fucked, dude. He was just out here visiting. Our kids are friends, our wives are friends. He's one of my best fucking friends because we got in a fist fight, and we fucking, that's what boys
woke up
do.
The next day and you're like, man, you're a pretty tough son of a bitch. I like you.
Yeah, same with one of my early roommates, Dan Giordano.
And you guys were really good too, huh?
And we kicked ass.
See how that fucking works, everyone. The more savages you got, the fucking better.
Dude, the first 2 years I was in Cincinnati, we went to 2 BCS games. We were top 3 in the country. We fucking kicked ass, and then Butch Jones came in there and we fucking sucked our junior year, and then came back and we're ranked in the top 15 my 4th year. One of the biggest 3 out of 4 years.
12 moving into that.
I fucking love it, dude.
This is pretty cool.
No, well, because they moved into Conference USA, back into Conference USA, which is bullshit, So and then it was like some other conference.
They went American, I think.
Yeah, American. I was like, what the fuck is going on here? Like, why are we the ones?
We're in major conference now.
That's what I'm saying. I'm
like
so
the
glad
state of Ohio only had Ohio State.
Well, dude, Ohio State. When I was there, Ohio State paid us. They paid us not to play us because they didn't want to play us because we had a bunch of fucking criminals on that team. I'm talking about real criminals.
I always say that my era at CU, Barnett didn't recruit us; he reformed us.
Exactly. I mean, we had fucking criminals on that team. Those first 2 years, Brian Kelly does not discriminate against who could be on the fucking team.
Well, look, that's why LSU was good, man. I'm sorry, but I'd rather have a guy that I have to reform that walks on the edge, that is a great player, than some fucking frat boy that follows all the rules that might be good because his grades are good and he's big.
We weeded those guys out. There was a guy that fucking told on us for letting fireworks off in the dorm rooms, and we fucking
no fireworks, Derek.
We were like, dude, get the fuck out of here. Like, you're not one of us, man. Get the fuck you.
Google one of us.
But we used to, and then people talk about like, oh, you guys used to party hard like that. They called it like the Animal House because we fucking got down.
Yeah, man. It's college.
But you know what else we did? We used to break into the fucking weight room and train late at night too. Not drunk, but we would like.
But then there's a difference between those who party hard, also probably work really hard, and like Manziel is really out there right now talking about his whole college experience.
Yeah.
The NFL is full of a bunch of dudes that party their asses off too, and also perform. I don't give a fuck what you do during the week, but on game day, show up and ball.
Show the fuck
up and ball, and show up to practice, even if you're hungover. I don't give a fuck.
Jason,
show up and do your job.
Jason got so fucked up one night. He shows up to practice. We get him. We find him. Right. We find him. Yeah. And
I love stories like
this. Shit-faced. Still shit-faced.
We ever heard when you don't drink? All of your fucking stories and then I got home.
And then we got home. We always had to find somebody. Somebody was always fucking lost, but we found him and got him to practice, and he was like pissed because he's like, St. Patrick's Day should be a fucking holiday.
We should have a day off.
Yeah, it should be a holiday. He thinks it's a holiday. Like, what the fuck? And he goes down, gets all fucked up. Dude, he comes to practice and he just drinks Jameson the whole practice in a Gatorade bottle. And at the beginning of practice, he gives a speech about how his ancestors came over here on a fucking boat, makes up this fucking story, dude, and gets you're talking about, how many people are on a fucking college football team. It's 110 guys.
Everybody's out there like, is he for real?
No, we're all like, fuck yeah! Like, we're ready to fucking go, Dude, like halfway through practice.
Like getting the Pirates riled
up.
He's
half dead on the sidelines halfway through practice. It was fucking, and then Butch Jones used to make me and Jason line up and just do fucking board drills all the time. Like, Jason, Wolfe, get up here.
Yeah, the 2 NFL.
And we would just line up and fucking headbutt each other for fucking 30 minutes straight.
Hug it out.
And then give each other a hug and go.
And go back to work.
And it was just
and then you did it for fucking 10 years in the league.
And then we did it, then you go to the league and do it.
And
that motherfucker's so dirty. One time, we're playing the Eagles in 2018 year they won the Super Bowl. They were beating our ass.
Yeah, I remember this.
Sucked.
Is that when Lane Johnson clubbed Vaughn?
Yeah.
And Vaughn was like, woo!
Yeah. They're kicking our ass, right? But I don't care. I'm playing no matter what.
As hard as you can.
So I fucking beat him off the line of scrimmage, and I fucking knock him in the backfield, and I go to make a TFL, and I feel my legs go up from under me. I turn around, Jason's got me. Dude, he caught you by my legs, bro.
Did you get called?
No.
Oh, I never did.
And I got up, and he was just like, and I was like, bro, what the fuck? He's like,
you're not making the play, motherfucker. No way.
I'm not letting you make the play.
And look, that's one of the coolest things is watching your boys succeed, especially the guys you played with. And I can only imagine the pride you have with both of them being Hall of Famers and you guys all being, the proud Cincinnati Bearcats.
Well, our quarterback went up to Zach Calaris. He's from Steubenville Big Red. You probably heard of that high school.
Oh, yeah.
But we used to play each other in high school, and he lived in the same house as us. He won 2 Grey Cups in Canada.
Awesome.
2-time MVP.
One of our guys in here, Mustafa Johnson, proud CU Buff, just won a Grey Cup this year in Montreal. That's fucking awesome.
Yeah, I mean, dude,
ballers everywhere. Dog.
Yeah, we had fucking ballers in that house, dude. And we used to go down to the basketball arena and fucking hoop. And you want to talk about some heated games? That
motherfucker's a hell of a fucking.
Travis can throw the ball off the backboard and fucking 360 dunk it.
Player, bro.
Yeah, he's a badass. And Jason.
People have to convince him that he could play in the NBA, and I think he might be able to play in the NBA.
I mean,
he's a bad motherfucker.
Dude, he could have played. He was a 3-sport Division I athlete. So
that's pretty good.
I mean, come on.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Who's Dave Logan?
Dave Logan's a 3-sport draft pick, homie.
I know.
That's 3 fucking sports he got drafted.
Dude, that's.
That's like walk up and just put your balls on the table and be like, anybody want to sign these? These are classic. Thank you. Good talk.
This is what you call it, Dave.
Like a baby's arm holding a fucking apple, dog. All right, brother. Look, that was a hell of a show. That's an hour and 10 minutes of fucking pure jet fuel right there. I can only imagine what the comments say. Remember, you can go to 0 to 60, like and subscribe on YouTube. This is going to be up. We'll have a bunch of clips up. I'll make sure to tag Derek and get him, connected on all that shit. Make sure you go follow Derek Wolfe, Wolf Untamed, all the different stuff on YouTube, all of his hunts, and a lot of big shit coming up in the future for Derek Wolfe. Brother, that was one hell of a show. I always love having you down here. Enjoy the rest of your Thursday. And, on Halloween, we'll have to get up there.
Yeah, we should try to do a live show.
For sure.
That would, live show.
For sure.
That would be fucking awesome.
That'd be dope. Go down there, maybe Pasta J's or hook us up. We'll go down there and fucking yuck it up for the weekend, dress up, and have some fun. So thank you very much, brother. I love you. And thanks to everybody out there watching and getting interaction today. We really appreciate you. So we're out.
Hell yeah, man.
You're the man, brother. Love you.
Love you too, man. Thank you.
Yes, sir. All right, so I'll let you know.
Mike, right?
I'll let you know how everything goes.
Nice to meet you.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I was supposed to go